It's a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to and asks what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. He'll bring it out. It's sharp. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Wolverines offense will go to work first. The colors of the day were maize and blue when Michigan won a close one last year.
It was Ohio State leaving the stadium feeling blue after that one, too. The way that Michigan enforced their will late in that game. They were the most physical team when they needed to be, and David, they're going to have to do that again to pull out this W.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're the coach at Ohio State and you won every game on your schedule, but you lose to Michigan, it's an unsuccessful year. So he's heard about it all season, and these players have too, and they'll be ready for some revenge.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wolverines with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And the Wolverines will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. So the Ohio State Buckeyes. Offense taking the field, first chance we have to see them today. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback in this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful, they wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness.
There he goes! Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Now the play fake. Works the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Looking downfield, it's Howard. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And it's hard to imagine starting a game any better than this defense has. 2 sacks on the opening drive of the game. Something that they pride themselves on. If they get you in these types of situations, they can pin their ears back and get after you. They've got multiple guys that can be a factor when it comes to rushing the quarterback. You're seeing that very early here in this game.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Pulls and throws out the RPO. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Hard running there. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Takes a handoff. It's Rodgers. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder. Haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable.
And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football, and sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long, and right there I think he did. He'd probably want that throwback.
And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Sends it back in motion. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. The throw. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket and the play's breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away, and the defense took advantage with the interception.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Howell. The Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Got his man downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Well, really nice catch there getting the 1st down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. And you think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on 1st-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the 1st round.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Working that left side now. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll run the sneak for it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
And when you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard. But Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
He's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense when they're napping right there.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, throw the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
Motion from the back. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got him in the flat. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
The Wolverines have this offense rolling. Quarterback making checks. They'll try the outside to the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11.
I like the idea of going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the...
Hello.
Where you at?
Coming up, trying to see right here at the light.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming, sugar. I'm coming.
I just thought you had been back and went you on to the funeral home. I did check.
I didn't want to go up there, but Mama didn't never answer her phone. That's why I went up there, because I thought maybe she was up there and just wasn't answering her phone because of where she was at. But she wasn't there, so I went in there and got my check, came on out.
Oh, all right.
At the roundabout right now. I'm trying to pinpoint me. Make sure she gone before I get there.
Okay.
I have no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
game and the excellence sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
Back to pass, it's Houghton. Quickly to the tight end. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't tell.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And I'll tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but just setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job on the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
God damn,
In the
man.
backfield, he'll lose 6 on the play. And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Fires to the tight end. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. They get to him as he
Oh,
throws.
Lord.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains.
Boy, and that might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have set your offense up right before the half to maybe close this gap.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to pass. It's Houghton. He finds a soft spot in the middle. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, this tight end can run these crossing patterns, and he can catch the ball against man coverage or zone coverage. That time, nice job seeing the ball in, helping his QB out.
Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get free before the break. It is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. On the run from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when the Wolverines and Buckeyes get together, and a fun first half to boot.
The Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. Looking for blockers. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Buckeyes roll that offense start this third quarter, one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Hout. Fires to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. On the move, looking for a little slip. He's brought down a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So here comes the Michigan offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Flips it out in the flat. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to throw it. Finds his big tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Looking for a physical attack from the guy. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And the Wolverines have it in scoring position on first and goal. Direct snap. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Man, it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. Tennessee is on top, but it's not like Peyton Manning or T. Martin are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 12 over Vanderbilt. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Caught in the backfield, it's Durham. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Looking for room. It's Rodgers.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That costly penalty will give this offense a new set of downs. Three yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Back to pass. It's Hout. Snagged out of the air. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. That pass is incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. From the shotgun, they'll run it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Snags it inside the 20. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They built a comfortable lead, and Michigan is firmly in control.
Hail to the victors has been playing. This team has handled the moment, handled the game as well as any Michigan team we've seen. They know every year this will be a fight, but Michigan has brought it, and Ohio State hasn't responded.
And I think Michigan has just done a better job executing here in the second half. I love the way they've mixed in the run with the pass offensively. Defensively, they're doing a great job communicating. They're just the more locked-in team here late in the game.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And here's the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the catch. It's Miller. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Scanning the field, it's Hout. Finds his tight end. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Rodgers. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Wants to throw again. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. Turning it on. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. And the Buckeyes are flying down the field. The run from the shotgun. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Holds and fires complete to the right. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught in the backfield. It's Roberts. Got enough space, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
And he added the extra point. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Big pickup on the ground, knocked down at the 28-yard line.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another 1st down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. The Wolverines are threatening in the red zone. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got it on the run. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Snap it to the back. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
They go to the ground. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account. And it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
Looking for a man. It's out. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Fires complete on the crosser. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. After picking up a couple of first downs already on this drive, they'll snap it from close to midfield. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Got the first down, looking for more. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. Wants to throw on first down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Wants to go up top. Snags it over the middle. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Wants to throw on third down. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
This is my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Roberts. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Looking downfield, it's Houck. Takes a shot as he lets it go. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner. What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
And the Wolverines have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They'll go with a direct snap. There he goes. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Got some room after the goal line. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And they probably don't need to risk running running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines! That might be the proverbial fourth-quarter dagger as they try to finish off their 12th straight win.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee and... We'll start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Defense wants to bring the heat. Looking to throw it out. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Wiggles free. He's going to take off. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. They cross out all of the M's on campus. They call them the school up north. But this year, Ohio State will have to call Michigan the victors in the game as they plant their flag in this rivalry for another year. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.